And this whole thing, they used to have all kinds of paintings. All kinds of paintings. Where'd that come from anyway?
Well, it's on your watch, so you better decline it.
Well, it is Christian, but I got it on Don't Do It. So, in these kinds of questions, sometimes you see them, the painters are interpreting the Bible. So when you go to the Sistine Chapel, you go to the Vatican, you see these wonderful, glorious paintings. But they're by an artist in what was in his interpretation of the Scriptures. So a lot of times they show them, like with the garments and clothes like they were wearing in Europe when he painted the picture. Well, obviously that's not what they were wearing in Palestine. But that's kind of how they pitch it. And so sometimes you see that with these. And so we're going to look into this and we're going to answer this in just a moment. Genesis chapter 26. We're opening with an affirmation of God's promise. Now remember, one of the reasons we're studying this in this section is talking about the blessings from God. And we're talking about the patriarchs and how God had a plan. As I told you, Finis Dake's got a book called God's Plan for Man. God has a plan. He has a plan for everything. That's how great your God is. He has a plan for the patriarchs, the blessings of his people that came down through Abraham, and he was going to see to it that his plan came to fruition. Now, to do that, sometimes God had to overcome people who were making bad decisions and bad choices. But even in your life, God has a plan for your life. Do you believe that? You believe God really has went to the trouble of actually constructing a plan for your individual life? He has. For every one of us. Now, I know it's $1 million question when we ask, well, are you following the plan? There's an old saying in the workspace, if you fail to plan, you can plan to fail. Sometimes planning is what it's all about. I'm always amazed when I see Donnie. I always think of baseball because he was a big baseball player and everything, and a coach. But when they play like the World Series, these coaches got a plan. They know when they want certain pitchers on certain games and certain innings, and they have these plans. They don't always work out. Sometimes they throw their arm out, whatever happens. But they have a plan to try to get to success. And if you want to be a successful Christian, you should think about God's plan for your life. And what is it that we have to do? The coaches got to do certain things. They tell certain ones, you rest, you pitch. You're going to rest, you're going to pitch. They play people in and out. I mean, it's so much strategy. It's over my head. You can't even just watch and enjoy a game anymore, because, they're going to put a pinch hitter in, or they're going to put a pinch runner in, or, they're getting ready to swap out. He's going to be a lefty, and he's going to be a righty. And it's all so complicated. But it's a plan to try to survive, try to win. God has a plan for all of us. He had a plan, a perfect plan, for Abraham and all of his descendants. He had a perfect plan when he started this earth, didn't he? And, we were at the apple barn. Who was I with? I was with my brother Sean back here. We were standing there. We was looking at all the different kinds of apples. I said, they ought to have one called the Eden apple. It's so good that Eve sinned over it. No, that wouldn't go over. That probably wouldn't go over. Nobody would eat it. They say, it's going to sin. That's got sin. He had a perfect plan and they messed it up. So aren't you glad? Aren't you glad that God didn't just trash the whole plan? If he trashed the whole plan, there's a good possibility none of us would be here today. He could have just wadded that plan up, the whole solar system, Milky Way galaxy, tossed it over with his finger. He'd just thumped it over there. We'll start over in a new galaxy. But see, that's not the way God works. He loves you and he loves us. And he wants us to succeed in his plan. That's what he really wants. Genesis chapter 26, we're going to see some stuff going on that doesn't seem like it ought to be coming from the chosen family, right? This chosen well for him. So now his sons do the same thing. And the Lord appeared to him and said, do not dwell all